Hey everybody. So I haven't done a live stream in a while, and as you can see, I am in a different location. So this is going to be a little different. I've been playing with AI recently and wanted to talk about some of the stuff I'm building, some of the stuff I'm playing with, and I know I have a podcast that I was going to do this on, but I just wanted to do a live stream to actually get this out there. So here I am going live. All right, so let's talk about uh, where where today actually went. I was meeting with a friend of mine earlier this morning, and he Googled me and looked up my resume, and it was actually kind of funny because that resume is like probably like 3 years old or something like that. Anyway, it's what you came up when you would actually look me up. And it's from a website that I made a while ago that I haven't maintained or any of that. So I was like, if that's the thing that's top of mind of Google, I wonder what it's like in ChatGPT or Claude or any of those. Needless to say, it's the same. So the way you would actually do the research was going to actually be the same, whether you search on ChatGPT or Google or Bing or Claude of type in John Mann space tech, and it was like number two. Like number one, I think, is my LinkedIn. Um, but the second one was this website I had a long time ago on Firebase. So then I was like, well, it's already on the top of the page for Google, so why try and fix the SEO? Let's just fix the site. So with AI, I was able to do that. I mean, I could have fixed it manually too, but why? Like, honestly, why at this point? Static sites and some of the design specifications that you can do using like this time I didn't use Claude. This time I used Codex just to see how it would do. Codex did a pretty good job. And I'll let you be the judge of that. I'm gonna show you what all of that looks like. But yeah, it was actually pretty cool on how all that came to be. Let's see if this is actually working. Live. Yeah, it's live now. Interesting. Yeah, that works for the site. So I don't think I can even show you the old one, which is probably for the best. Let's see if this actually got done. I want to refresh this. Whoops, did not work. And I am, like I said, this is live. So let's see how this is doing. Codex and done. Let's do plan complete one. Uh, all right. So I'm not sharing my screen yet. Let's see where I can do this. Code camera bottom right. There it is. Hey, there you go. So this is what I was building, and it actually updated this, created the new design. As you can see, there's a new domain, johnman.work. This is literally, I've decided to actually build, actually, I've been building all these little side projects for the past couple years. And with AI, it's been so much fun just to play with it. But now I want to actually see how far I can take it. And if something happens, how fast can I fix it? So I started playing with Codex today, and playing with Codex, I was able to redesign my entire site. It was able to pull in. Let's see if I can get there. I wonder if I can do this. Uh, Close, and hopefully this is so. Then I can scroll down on this and browser. These are some of the web applications I built. Um, This was where I was when I was at Obsess. Actually, that should be pulled out. Background lab, a lap timer, barn session, startup and code. And then if you go to startups and code, it'll actually take you to my startups and code site, which is actually really cool. But this whole design and layout and everything, about has my image, notes. This is my old blog, and it has all of it, which is great because it was all markdown files. Um, one of the things I did previously, and that's the work I'm working on, and this should take me to home. Yeah. Let me come back to here. And I don't think it shows this, which is great. And I don't even have my switch box or any of that. So please bear with me. I don't have my professional mic, but hopefully this mic is good enough. What's really interesting about that site is it's at the top of the list with Google. So it did a design for me. It actually pulled in some of the criteria I've built and some of the context that I actually originally had. What I like doing about with that is I've been building my context for years, and I don't know why, but maybe I'll take luck. I've been doing it in markdown files. Uh, I always have used markdown files since WordPress, and I've enjoyed it. It's easy formatting, it works really well. And it turns out AI really likes markdown files. So I was like, great. Now that AI is, as funny as it says, AI is caught up to me, I can actually take my years of markdown files for context, give that the repo so it can actually pull in the context, build an index on top of that, and building that index on top of that, it will pull in the context as needed. So what's cool about that is it's not going to build all the context all at once. So my context window won't get filled up automatically because I'm loading 2 gigs of files. It's just loading it with whatever it needs. Then from there, it will actually use the index file as its primary source of information, and then it will pull in additional context as needed. So, yay for me. Uh, I'll take luck over skill, uh, which was actually really kind of cool. But what I'm doing right now, and when I say right now, I mean literally right now. Let me see if I can share again. Main, I want code camera bottom right. There we go. So in here, it's actually working on main. It was going to do a work tree, uh, but I said in this case, because this site's already broken, I don't really care. Work directly on main. I do have a rule that it actually always works from a branch and always works from a work tree if possible. And by doing that, then it creates PRs and then I do a merge. Because this is my sandbox, I am literally working on main right now. It's created tasks. It's actually implementing the 7-day cache. And what does that mean? So what I'm doing now, and I'll come back to here. What I'm doing now is I'm building my newsletter. So hopefully you're familiar with my newsletter I do every week. Well, that needs to come into this site, and I want to be able to actually pull it into this site as just some of the history of some of the things I've been working on and a way to do that. So now it's going to be updating the navigation. So it's going to have a link to the podcast. It's going to have a link to the newsletter. Obviously, the newsletter is still, I think it's a 90-day window before you have to be a subscriber. But if you subscribe now, I mean, self-promotion, right? If you subscribe now, you every new post will be free to you. If you want to go back and see archives, I think anything past 90 days, you'll have to become a paid subscriber. I don't know why I did that, but there you go. Trying to think of what else. Oh, the website. Oh, this is fun. So one of the things I I like performance and I like doing that kind of stuff and tweaking that out. So watch this. I'm going to come here, and this is my personal website. Well, this is my work website. I would say this is my personal website. But anyway, let me show you something on here. So you do inspect, and then you go to Lighthouse and you do analyze page load. And as it's doing the analyze page load, you're going to actually see it run through all of the things. So what Lighthouse does, it's a quick performance check for websites. It checks performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO. If you get 100 across the board, like I do, uh, and this is actually it does have some stored data, which might be affecting it, which is fine. I can do it in incognito to actually reduce my score if I want to, but when you get 400s, you see the little fireworks that happen. You can go to any website out there, almost I don't think I don't think I've ever seen a production website that actually has some 4 100s. Mainly because they're using a third-party tracking app of some sort. And those third-party tracking apps take load time, do content layout shifts. Uh, Time to load will actually be delayed because it's dependent on a third party. So many different reasons. But want to say, look, it is possible to get 400s. Accessibility, best practices, SEO, and performance. So, yay. And that's this site right here. I don't know how this one is. I haven't done this, so we're going to do a real live test. Let's see how it does. I have no idea. No promises in this one. I haven't run it through any performance checks yet. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, wait. Just want to say that's not normal. And I will actually I'll go to here, I'll go to google.com. So if I'm here and I inspect and I do Lighthouse, so this is Google's tool testing on their home site for google.com. And they don't have 4 100s. They don't even have 100 on best practices, which they could be better. That should be something they should work on. But I just wanted to show you that it's not, that wasn't a hoax. Both websites are actually both at 400, which is actually kind of fun. Yeah, this is my little personal workshop. This is like a bench where I have stuff that I'm working on. Now coming back here, let's see how it's doing. It's working on the field node handoff. It's still going. And I'm guessing you probably can't see that. It's fine. I have Claude Code, I have Chat, which is Copilot, and I have Codex. So that's why I like using Visual Studio, VS Code specifically. The main reason I love using VS Code is it gives me all three of those without even trying. And the plugins that I use for VS Code are pretty amazing. It's not just because I'm an ex-Microsoftie, it's because I actually like that product. For other docs, I use Google, right? I'm a big fan of Google too. And I use the right tool for the right job, not necessarily a level of loyalty, but something that works for the website. Let's see how we're doing. So we're coming up on 14 minutes. I want to see this site get updated. So hopefully we can actually do this real time together. Let's see where we're at. Revised design. It's working on the handoff. I think it did the cache. The cache has actually been tested. So one of the things I've been doing with AI without trying, but it's been really nice, is it actually creates all the unit tests that in my head should be created to start. It does them after the fact, so I want it to be test-driven development as we move forward and work together. The thing I have learned this week, and I have a podcast coming out. I should probably do that later today and release it. But the thing about the podcast, or what I learned this week, is that the most of the people that I've met that are like, "Oh, I hate AI," or "I'm complaining about AI," or "It produces garbage," or "It produces slop," or whatever buzzword they want to use for it. The reason it's doing that is because you're giving it slop to work with. Uh, Not sure if that's a hot take or not, but it's reality. If you give bad practices to a LLM and you tell it, hey, can you actually help me with this code base? It will use that as a source of truth and going, oh, they want me to write more bad code. More than happy to do that for you. Glad to help. And that's what they'll do. The LLMs will write more bad code for you because the information you're giving it is originally bad code. If you start with fix this code is bad, give it the context to let it know that what you're doing is bad code, then you can probably get a lot further and you'll have better results when you actually work with it. It's really important to give it the right context to start. The most important part of working with any AI is making sure that its source information that it's using, its context, is accurate. Everyone has their steps for generating things. The easiest way to do it is tell it who it is, tell it what you're giving it, and then most importantly, tell it what you expect it to produce. And give it those parameters, give it a template, give it an example of what you're expecting. If you expect it to output HTML, give it sample HTML of what you want it to be, and it will actually give you that HTML. It's really good at following directions. If you don't give it directions, it will go off the rails and give it something that you probably don't want. It will not understand your context uh, based off of what you're expecting. It needs the information. It's like asking so there was, wow, this is crazy, but so a long time ago when I was in college, I think it was a leadership class. So shout out to Darren. Um, and we had to give instructions to somebody, but they couldn't look at us. It only was verbal communication. And they had to draw something on the chalkboard or whiteboard. I think it was a chalkboard because it's been a while. And they had to draw like a square and then a circle in the top right corner and then a triangle inside the square in the bottom left corner. And it was only verbal. And then there was a line that would connect things, and there was like 10 instructions that they had to follow. And we had a picture of what the end result should have been. And what was produced by verbal communication only was horrible. And it was a proof of most communication is much more practical when there's multiple mediums of communication, whether it be just audio, visual, tactile, examples, source of different sources of information, experiential learning. And by the time you get to the third result of whatever you want them to do, the result will be identical or perfect or however you want to describe it. And it will do that because the person doing the output has learned what the expectation is. Same thing with AI. It will learn what the expectation is when you set that expectation. Uh, let's see how it's doing. It is doing an export. It got all my notes. So now what it's doing, just to let you know, I'm still going with it. What's happening right now is it's actually doing an export of my newsletter feed, and it is actually going to convert that real time into part of the website that I just showed you for my John Man work. And it will actually then demonstrate how you actually use it. I have a view. Okay. Whoever's actually watching, thanks. This is more for me to come back to, but if there's something you're getting out of it, yay for you. If there's a topic you want me to cover, please feel free to put it in the comments. I would say I read all of these comments, but When I start getting comments, I'll start reading them. But right now, I am just trying to get my consistency of doing these kind of stories, these kind of presentations. And I like the live stream because that means when it's done, it's truly done. I don't do edits to live streams. There's no post production work. A long time ago, I worked on a TV show back in Seattle, and it was live, and it was Hip Hop 101, and it was so much fun. Uh, Shout out to Danny and Devin. That was a lot of fun. But I learned so much from that because whatever's live is live. And then the show ends and you're like, all right, see y'all next week. And there is no, oh, let's edit it. Oh, we have to put the credits in. We have to line this up. Oh, well, let's fix the transition. Like none of that. That all goes away. For the podcast, I actually do a little post-production work and you'll see some jumps. A lot of times it will remove the uhs and ohms and filler words and things like that. That's generally what it's going to edit out. There's a tool that I was recently introduced to. It's called Descript. Uh, so far, pretty impressed. It does a really good job of editing. It keeps it relatively clean. It, man, if you want it to, it can actually do some crazy stuff with transitions and it'll actually generate B-roll stuff and actually do crossfades and it does all of that for you. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with CapCut, especially for like those TikTok and Instagram creators. I like Descript so much better, uh, mainly because it allows me to do edits of the actual script. And I can actually edit video by editing the script. And when I say script, I mean transcript. Every all my podcasts, like I'll have topics and speaking points, but they're not scripted. If you think they're scripted, please let me know. Either A, I'm doing a really good job at my presentation, or B, it is automated and this isn't even really me. But it is this time. I don't even, I can't prove it because I don't have a deck of cards with me. Generally, I'll have a deck of cards and I'll pull a card out and it'll be different every time. And then drinking, they said AI can't drink. Yeah, it can't. AI can do almost everything, especially with videos nowadays. Uh, but especially if I give it enough of these samples of these videos, I think people are back. Yeah, people are back. Um, let's see if it finished. It did not finish. Wow. But it's a big build. Test now, checks every cache URL, and passes 261 page build, finalizing nearly scoped. All right. So I will post the final link in the comment of this, but I'm going to wrap this up. That new website should be live. You can go to johnmann.work and see it. And then as it gets updated, you're going to see the newsletter and podcast and everything else. So I hope that helps. And I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.